I've said this 1,000 times in my YouTube channel, but since I'm going to MegaCon and I will be cosplaying as Tanjiro one of those 2 days, I'm also going to make out of cardboard his wooden box, because I feel like it's cheaper to make it out of cardboard than actual wood. So I thought of, let me also make a video, so if you ever want to make the whole cardboard, I can show you a DIY and kind of how to make it yourself, because since cardboard is easy to find, easy to get, it's free and stuff like that most of the time, I thought of, again, showing you how to make Tanjiro's wooden box out of cardboard so you can cosplay yourself and stuff like that. The only thing you would probably have to purchase is probably the paint and any extra details you want. And since I'm not going to go, full on details, I'm going to do as much as I can, since, I will go on Saturday. So today I will start on cutting the boards, cutting each section, each layer and stuff like that to have it, So of course, let's start on the transition of me earlier today cutting everything else. As you can see, I cut out every panel, every section. So the next step after cutting them from the bottom to the top, the sides, even the door, is to finally glue them all together. And yeah, so again, let me show you the whole thing of how me gluing every part together. So, transition. Alrighty then, just to show you real quick something, I have this as the base to help me place, so whenever I want to put heavy stuff, or to also give it that structure of not wobbling and stuff like that. So I would recommend maybe doing something similar to same, probably not as thick as the way I'm doing it, but something similar. Maybe that might help, so yeah. Alrighty then, as a result, this is how it looks without the door. I have the foam thing to help keep it stable and stuff like that. All I gotta do is probably add the details here in the corners, and then add the door, and then all around the details around. And then later on, I'm going to paint the whole thing a darker wood, black, and other details to make it look like wood and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Alrighty then. Before I show you the part where I start adding the details and adding the outer parts for Tanjiro's wooden box, I just wanted to explain real quick something. The box that I am doing is not size accurate. Like, I didn't measure the actual box. I didn't look up the actual box. I looked on based on like viewing Tanjiro and estimating and kind of having a, you know, like a viewpoint of, okay, it's this, looks like this high compared to here, and that's what I did. Because the box that I did is, if I'm not correct, like 2 feet high and maybe 1 or a couple inches, but by the end of the video I will measure everything and give you an actual estimate. So just letting you know, if you want to do the same size I did, wait until the end of the video, and you know, I will give you all the information of how big it was so you can estimate it yourself. If not, you can of course look up Tanjiro's actual size of the box and do it based on his actual size. Just wanted to clarify that. Now, let's get into the part of me adding the outer details of the box. All right, the next step that I did that I didn't realize I did not record was basically add an inch around the border where the door is going to be. With that, I basically traced how big the door is going to be with, you know, and I also measured it. And what I did is I left an inch or maybe an inch and a half on the right side so I can glue behind the right border. So when you open the door, it still has something to have secure. When you open the door, it doesn't just pop out, or it doesn't have, you know, it's wobbly or it just breaks off. All right, so basically what I did was I traced the door and I left an extra inch on this side so I can glue the border behind it so it would have something to help it stay and keep it, you know, from wobbling and breaking off. I also cut out a little bit so the door would be smooth to open. That's basically what I did, if that makes any sense. But the next step, like I said, is to add details to the front part of the door and completely paint it. Alrighty then, once I glued and added all the details to the door and everything else that I needed to fix and tweak and all that stuff, it was finally time to paint. And just letting you know, I only showed the part, or me painting that what's considered the metal part of Tanjiro's wooden box. Everything else, I didn't show me painting like the rest that needs to be colored brown, because in an opinion, that could be left that color brown color. The only reason I painted it was because there was a section that had black design on the cardboard, so I had to cover that up. But besides that, you can leave it like that. If there's no designs on the outside, you can leave it like that. But if you do want to color it, let me show you the paint color that I used. So if you want to do it yourself, you know, now you have a general idea of what I used. Alrighty then, so this is the paint that I used. You can find this at Walmart. It's called Apple Barrel Matte. It's nutmeg brown. It's cheap. It's like $2 or $1 something you can find in Walmart. You can use any type of paint you want. If you want to use like expensive paint to make it look polished, stuff like that, you can, you know. But besides that's what I used. I also bought this white ribbon to use as the, I guess, the handles or the grip or whatever that he uses to, you know, the straps or whatever you want to call them. I used that. This was like $1, $2 as well. And so now I will show you the rest of the steps to painting, to adding this. And yes, alrighty then. Now that I'm finally done, now that I have fully this complete, I hope this video gave you the motivation and to give it a, you know, to do it yourself and give it a try, because I'll be honest, this was not expensive. It wasn't hard. It takes time. For me, it took 3 days to do it, but it was because I wanted to do those 3 days. In reality, you can do this in 1 whole day or even 2 days. And to give you an idea of how tall this is, how long this is, and the width and everything, it's 4 feet from top to bottom. It is from here to here, it is 17 inches, and from here to the back, it is 15 inches. You know, so I hope that, you know, gave you a general idea how big this is, because this, I love it. Like I'm happy that I had the chance to make it. And I hope this helped you, you know, do it yourself, gave you a lot of tips, and maybe general what you need to do and everything else. But besides that, thank you for watching, and let me know what other anime or superhero thing you want me to create. Because I'll be honest, the next thing I want to be able to create is Isahito's gauntlets. Dragon Gauntlet. If I'm not, and for those who don't know what anime that's from, it's from High School DxD. Yeah, that anime. But let me know, besides that, what other thing you want me to create. And thank you for watching. And like I always say, I'm weird. Don't judge.